Alrighty, so let's take a look at the last page of the Unit 10 test review. And just by looking at this page, we are dealing with stuff that we talked about in Lesson 10.3, which is special segments of circles. Now, special segments of circles, we are dealing with length. Degrees are not involved in any of these problems. We are trying to figure out the measure of, certain segments. So if I were to look at number 23, it says solve for x. So I'm trying to find the length of the segment here. And if we look at this circle very closely, we have two intersecting chords. And if you have two intersecting chords, you're not going to apply that angle is equal to arc plus arc over 2, because that's dealing with degrees, right? That's dealing with finding the angle or finding the arc. I'm trying to figure out how long this segment here is. And the formula, the formula that you have to use here is this. It's AB equals CD. This is going to be A, this is going to be B, and A times B is equal to C times D. So it's the product of two segments in one chord equals the product of two segments in another chord. So A times B, which is 2x, equals CD, 3 times 6. So 2x is equal to 18, x is equal to 9. And that's how long that particular length is. Number 24, what is the length of segment ZX? Okay, so I gotta figure out what segment ZX is, and we're dealing with two intersecting chords again. So you will be using AB equals CD. So I have x plus 3 times x plus 4, which is equal to x plus 9 times x. Or I'm going to write x times x plus 9. So then this is going to be x squared plus 7x plus 12, which is equal to x squared plus 9x. Note that if we look at both of these equations here, they both contain an x squared. So I can go ahead and subtract both sides by x squared. So I have 7x plus 12, which is equal to 9x. Subtract both sides by 7x. And I have 12 equals 2x. So x is equal to 6. But that's not what the question is asking. It's saying what's the length of segment ZX, right? So if x is equal to 6, all I need to do is replace all the x's that I see with 6. So I have 6 plus 9, or sorry, I'm jumping ahead. 6 plus 3, this is 9, and then I have 6 plus 4, which is 10. So the length of segment ZX is 19. And that's your answer. Number 25. Find x. Okay, so yes, you can see that the vertex is outside of the circle, and you would assume that you could assume that you will do the big arc minus the small arc all over 2, but we're dealing with segments. We're trying to figure out how long this particular segment is, okay? So remember, the formula for this type of scenario is this. It's WO equals WO. When you have a secant-tangent, WO equals WO. So the W means whole, the O means out. So let's take a look at this segment here in blue. Okay, so the whole thing in terms of this segment here, if I were to add these two segments together, that's going to be 45. That's your whole. What's the out? Well, the out is whatever appears outside of the circle. That's 20. And that's going to equal to the woe in pink. So what's the whole thing? Well, that's going to be x. And what's the out? Well, it's also going to be x as well. So 45 times 20 is 900. And that's equal to x squared. Take the square root on both sides. X is going to equal to 30, and that's how long this tangent is. Number 26, find the length of segment AC if AB is 4, BC is X, ED is 10, and DC is 6. Okay, so we're dealing with two secants here. We're finding how long X is, and then also find how long AC is. So we're going to apply that formula, woe equals woe. So we have this segment in this color, and then this segment in that color. So if I were to look at this whole segment, well, what's the whole thing? Well, the whole is going to be 4 plus x. And then the out is going to be just x. And that's going to equal to the whole thing, which is 10 plus 6. That's 16. And you multiply that by your out, which is 6. Let's apply the distributive property. You should get... In fact, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the x over here instead. So I have 4x plus x squared, which is equal to 16 times 6. That's 96. And I'm going to rewrite this as x squared plus 4x, which is equal to 96. And this looks like something in the form ax squared plus bx equals c, or ax squared plus bx plus c, right? So if you have something like this, if you want to get it in the form what I just said earlier, ax squared plus bx plus c, you got to subtract both sides by 96. So you have x squared plus 4x minus 96 equals what? 0. And then this is where you're going to apply the x method here. So negative 96 goes up top, and then 4 goes on the bottom. What two numbers multiply together that'll give me negative 96, but add up to 4. So I will say 12 and negative 8. So I can rewrite this as x plus 12 times x minus 8 equals 0. So x equals 8 and x equals negative 12. Which one's the best answer? It's going to be the one that's positive. So x is equal to 8, but we're not done because we got to find how long segment AC is. So it's 4 plus 8, which is 12. So segment AC is 12. Okay. Number 27, solve for x. I have two intersecting chords, so it's AB equals CD. So This is what I'm looking at. 3 times 6, which is 18. And then CD, that's going to be x times x plus 7. I'm going to distribute. I have 18 equals x squared plus 7x. And I'm going to rewrite this as x squared plus 7x equals 18. So I can subtract both sides by 18 here. I have x squared plus 7x minus 18 equals 0. This is where I'm going to use the x method here. Negative 18 goes up top, and then 7 is on the bottom. Let two numbers multiply together will give me negative 18 and add up to 7. I'm thinking 9 and negative 2, so I can go ahead and rewrite this as x plus 9 times x minus 2 equals 0. So x is equal to negative 9, or x is equal to 2. Which one's the best answer? X equals 2, and I'm done because it's asking me to solve for x. Number 28, solve for x. Okay, so we have two secants. So I'm going to use woe equals woe for this one. We're going to highlight this segment in yellow, and we're going to use that woe. And then we're going to use this segment in pink and highlight that woe in pink as well. So the whole in yellow is 16 plus 26. Okay, so that's 16 plus 26. And then your out in yellow is 16. Which is equal to the whole thing in pink, which looks like 18 plus x, not 18x. And you're going to multiply that by your out in pink, which is 18. So then this, if I put this in my calculator, it's 672, which is equal to, distribute, that's going to be 524. Sorry, is that, no, that's not 524, that's 324. 324 plus 18x. Now subtract both sides by 324, you get 348 equals 18x, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 18, so you get x is equal to, I'm going to simplify that 348 over 18. I'm going to simplify that by putting that in my calculator and pressing math enter. So 348 divided by 18, math enter. So x is equal to 58 over 3, or you can say it's 19.33 repeating. And there you go. That's the last page of the test review. I went over all the problems. And this was a really, really long review, but hopefully with enough, practice problems, you're going to do well on this exam. And also your group quiz.